So on this episode, I am going to load up my car and it is going to my work. We're going to do a transmission swap. It is the night before. I actually have a busy day tomorrow. So my plan is I'm going to get to work at 7 a.m. I'm going to pull this trans out. I'm going to overlook the car, put the new trans back in it. I got to get the car back together. I need to get the car back home, and then I need a shower and get to work by noon. This isn't my full-time gig. My full-time gig is what's paying for this. So that's obviously my priority. But I'm going to get this thing done in just a few hours. Anyway, stick around.
This is an important part of his video that he is asking me to push him while in the vehicle. So we'll see how this goes. I'm glad he finds it so funny. Asking his wife to push him. Does this thing have brakes? Yep. Why are you pushing on the brakes and you want a little help? Okay, I truly thought that was gonna be more work, but I guess we will see as I push it uphill now.
Okay, that was an ordeal. These jacks are really, really nice, but the issue is these cars are so narrow nowadays that we had to put it on a truck lift. The other lifts on the other side, meant for everything else. Yeah, they don't work for this thing. Anyway, so we finally got on the lift, took about an hour, and I'm gonna get going. All right, got the drive shaft out and looking underneath the car. So the rear end looks pretty good. Not noticing anything bent or out of alignment in this guy. Obviously, when I drive it, we're gonna find out a lot more. There's some issues here with the wiring. So it looks like this guy got a little hot and melted, and then there's a quick disconnect here, and this guy is pretty toasty. You can see here she melted through, so we're gonna replace this guy. Probably gonna have to replace this side of it as well. I put a battery on the tender, and with these wires being in the condition they're in, I don't know if the battery's good or not, so I'm going to test that while I'm here. Going forward, the transmission is super leaky. It looks like Grandpa made his own pan. And then his shifter mechanism, this is all garage built stuff. So I think we're going to go away from this stuff. I think this is part of the problem. My plan is to put a ratchet shifter in the car. I think a ratchet shifter would have eliminated what we think caused the wreck. Anyway, now that we're looking underneath the car, everything is really strong metal, and I haven't seen any kinks or anything that's showing me it's out of alignment. So looking pretty good so far. Okay, so I've got the trans all disconnected. The issue that I'm having now is this trans mount is welded in, and it's not giving me any play to get the transmission out. So as we go to the front of the car, there's a gap here for me, but as I drop the front of the trans, it just touches the flex plate, and there's just not any space to get it out. So I'm gonna cut this guy here. I'm hoping I can bend it down enough to give me some room to get the transmission to come back. We can drop it out. I'm gonna have to cut this either way, because when the new transmission goes in, I don't have space. So based on some of the techs that are here, we looked at it and it looks like it's actually been cut and welded before. So I'm guessing this is the way it was always done. Anyway, I'm gonna get working on that. Okay, she is out. Next thing to do is bust it open, and see what we can find is wrong with it. I'm going to look up in here. I want to see what this flex plate looked like. Based on what we think happened, a lot of energy would have gone through this flex plate to stop the vehicle's back tires. Anyway, I'm looking at it, looks pretty good. So once I pop that open, we'll see what that thing looks like, and we'll know if the transmission is part of the problem. Okay, got the old transmission out. This is it right here. It is different than the one I bought, so I'm gonna have to have a mechanic that knows what they're talking about look at it. So one thing I'm noticing different is this is where the speedometer goes in, and on this guy it's a gigantic hole. Alright, and there's nothing coming out of the tilt shaft there. I think this is the neutral safety switch here, which is here on this one, which I think my grandpa kind of MacGyvered. So when the car's in park, it's pressing it, and then when this linkage moves around, it comes off of it and makes it know that it's not in neutral or park. Anyway, I'm gonna have the GM mechanic here at my work look at the transmissions and tell me what I need to do to make this one work, or if he's gonna tell me it doesn't work, and then we rebuild that one. Okay, I am back in work clothes. I got the car all the way apart. Obviously I need help. So I'm gonna have a friend look at it and let me know where I'm at and in the transmissions that I have, and hopefully one of them will work. Yeah, this isn't my favorite video to shoot because I was actually all by myself doing it. The guys that are here are on piecework. I can ask them, here and there to help me out a little bit, but as far as them, dedicating time to help me, it's not something I can do. I did have scheduled help to show up, but that didn't work out. So I didn't get to film as much as I'd like. Hopefully on the next one I can have a little better cameraman with me to show you kind of a little more about what I'm doing. Anyway, you did get to see what we did. Cut it out, the cross member, remove all the stuff that Grandpa had installed to make the shift linkage work, and now we're going to be looking at the transmission. So hopefully in the next couple of days, pop it open and see what happened to it.